Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, returning to Strategic Command World War II, World at War, a game developed by Fury Software and published by Matrix and Slitherine Games. This is episode number 41 in our Let's Play series of this game. We are into the spring of 1943. The war is going confusingly. I'm not sure if it's going well or poorly. It's going poorly in Russia. Russia is on the verge of defeat, which will be a disaster if it comes. But we've already invaded France, we've already knocked Vichy out of the war, we've taken all of the North African coast, we've knocked Italy out of the war, and in that sense things are going well. But we've kind of hit a roadblock. We're a little bit sort of stuck in a bit of a quagmire in central France, and the weather just won't cooperate with us yet. It's spring, so it's rainy, so we're not able to really bring our Air Force to bear. The German Air Force, where we do hit, is better than ours, and so I'm not really sure how things are going to shake out. The one positive area is we've launched a offensive in the Dutch East Indies with the British, which is going well, and our Central Pacific offensive is starting to gain some speed and steam as well, as we're hoping to move across the Central Pacific to start to put pressure on the home islands of Japan. With that being said, this was taken from a live stream from my Twitch channel from a couple of days back. I hope you guys enjoy the video. You'll hear some commentary back and forth because, again, it does come from a live stream. If you guys are interested in joining me over there, there's a link in the description where you can find my Twitch channel. And I'll step back aside and I'll pick this thing back up from where we left off last time. Yeah, Ivan, the Soviets are doing much more. The game, I think, buffs. Well, so there's a few things going on. One, I think the game gives the Axis, specifically the Germans, too much power. But two, we are playing, remember, with a buff on, where the Axis powers get a +1 experience level to every one of their units, I guess. I need another garrison. Actually, that's what I should do. For India, I will go ahead and purchase a garrison unit so we can move that tactical air unit out. Okay. So, hopefully let's start to get these troops out of here. Out of North Africa and into Europe. All right, let's see what happens here as we move into April of 1943. The Allies firmly entrenched in the European continent. British commandos raiding Bergen. Allied vessels blockading Brest. Foreign Minister reports success, turning Turkey closer to the Allies. That would be great. If Turkey could get involved right on the flank in the Balkans and on the Russian front, that would be very helpful. Amphibious warfare development, 17% bump there for the Allies there. Meanwhile, the British economy continues to go up thanks to, I think, seizing the Algeria and Tunis, but also the Dutch East Indies, taking what they've taken there so far. Lend-Lease is a thing, yes. Italian National Republican Army Corps is founded for the Germans. Damn it. Russian Liberation Army Corps is formed at Minsk from Russian army deserters. Just what the Germans need! More strength! What the fuck? Come on, game. Read the room. Oh, shit. The Americans got flanked at Dijon. They swung in behind us. Oh, there goes our cruiser. I forgot about that guy. Germans are bringing more and more reinforcements, although a lot of them are secondary allies. They're, like, bringing in, I think, were those Hungarians? I mean, Germany would beat the stuffing out of her, P. Warner, but it would help in some sense. Meanwhile, you can see the Germans, I think those are level 4 tanks. Looks like they're Panthers. Near Smolensk. That's going to be a problem that we won't deal with well. Also, the weather has cleared. So this might be the death knell for the Russians, because I moved a lot of units around and took away a lot of their entrenchments. I don't think Moscow would fall this turn, but they could cripple us so that they would fall next turn. Long-range Japanese bombers hitting oil in India from the Chinese front. What? Why aren't our Indian... Oh, I guess our Indian fighters already did intercept, and now they're just standing down because they're so badly damaged? Stukas in Europe, escorts for the Germans. They're going to hit those Canadian troops there. Stukas in Europe for Germany. Okay, heavy German artillery. That corps is gone. Well, guys, it's the spring. German Wehrmacht is on the roll again. Fucking A. Japanese solidify their flanking position near Yan'an. That American army is in trouble. Meanwhile, attack. Wow, that Russian corps there, south in southern Moscow, did a number. Meanwhile, the Canadian corps just got knocked out there. The British special forces at Yichang were just wiped out. It's not a good turn for the Chinese front or the Russian front. Hasn't quite been as disastrous so far as I thought it would be. That one Russian corps eating up 3 or 4 enemy attacks was very helpful, I think. Why is the Indian armor suffering there? They should be doing okay. Leningrad might fall next turn. If not next turn, then maybe 2 turns. There's the heavy German tanks. Our troops actually fought back pretty well against them, but they lost 6 casualties. Maybe I shouldn't have said this turn wasn't disastrous yet, because that German armor's on the move. Please, no more. No more! A lot of tactical redeploys here. Our turn will be in late April. I'm hoping we finally get some good weather for our air forces in France. We've basically made no progress in France the last however many turns. My strategy is to use my carrier fighters to use up the enemy interceptors and then use my tactical air force to come in after that. Looks like they gave 1 anti-aircraft defense near Saint-Nazaire. Meanwhile, some of the German forces are losing attrition damage because they've got bad logistics. The Warsaw Ghetto Rising still occurred, per history, I guess. I don't know if we actually got any troops there. The Soviets lost the 22nd Army. That's only 1 unit. Oh, also the 7th Army. The Indians lost the 1st Special Forces and the 1st Corps. Nanning Chinese Corps destroyed. Liedener light cruiser destroyed. Good news also is I don't think my American tanks got torpedoed on the high seas, so we should be able to get them in. Yeah. The Ghetto Rising sure is early. What triggered it? All right, reinforce those guys. Now it's of course it's raining on our turn. It's snowing in April? Drive them back! I really need that armored warfare doctrine so I can launch multiple attacks. Oh, come on! I thought I had him! Alright, the Russians have a bunch of new units that just came online this turn. Where can we deploy them, though? Just gonna put one at Kazan in front of that German army that's advancing. They may not even have any supply. They probably don't. Can also throw the mechanized unit here on the flank at Penza, and then we can put the garrison here. Where do we want to put the garrison? Probably just somewhere where it's in the way, right? Maybe here. Maybe it'll eat some of the attacks. Oh, come on. We were supposed to destroy those fuckers. I want to destroy that German army. Got it. 10th German army is gone. That was probably foolish because these guys don't reinforce. We want to attack with those guys here. Hopefully we can hold Leningrad another few turns. Of course I get the bad weather. American heavy cruiser, what you gonna do? They're probably more needed in the Pacific. Or in the Atlantic. 4th garrison in India. We'll deploy them at Delhi for those guys. Oh, that's a lot of money to operate these guys. Can we fly them anywhere in the world? We can, so let's fly them into France. Meanwhile, it's still raining in most of France here. I really would like to be able to do something. This American army's in trouble. Did I? Reinforce them. Only one, really? Pull this guy. Oh, I can't move him now? Just the one attack? Maybe they'll get out. I'm sure the Germans won't have a rainy day. Nice. We drove them back. So let's do this. It is a good weather day. German subs off the... Oh, wait. Are they reined in? Or do they have to have a visual on them? Why can't they fly? Oh, it's storming. Great. Alright. There's an American ship here that has some ASW, or British, or someone has ASW, right? Got him! Oh my god, we destroyed an enemy U-boat. It's a miracle! Alright, let's attack. We're gonna lose our air wing, but that's the point. It's wait, I didn't mean for the American escorts to get shot up. How are those level 3 American fighters doing nothing? Alright, at least we got a little bit of damage in. Alright, so the enemy has at least 2 interceptor units there. These guys can't do anything. reinforce these guys. Nice. Okay, those Portuguese troops can be reinforced to max. Bring these Mexican troops over here. Yes, you heard that right. Mexican soldiers in Europe. Get our artillery ashore there at Genoa. Those guys out. Don't want to forget about those American troops with terrible supply in Spain. The American first tanks, where are they going to go? Let's bring them ashore near Bordeaux, I think. Meanwhile, Eisenhower's out here somewhere, right? Bring Eisenhower ashore near Bordeaux as well. So we have 2 American headquarters units now. Alright, so we're going to operate these guys east toward Lyon. So hopefully they can support... I should have moved them to Turin on the actual Italian front. But now we have 2 American headquarters units in Europe. So that should help. We also have another American armored unit that we're going to throw on transports. Move them east to Porta Delgada. Have that Canadian destroyer shield them again. Is that the only other American unit on the East Coast? Yep. Deetha5, thanks for the follow, by the way. So we'll have another American armored unit ashore. Level 4, which I think can go toe-to-toe with the German level 4s. Okay. Meanwhile, we need to get some of these troops out of North Africa. These are Indian troops. Bring them into southern France. Unload them at Montpellier. Start moving them forward there. Nice. Can these guys reinforce first? Not all the way. So we'll go ahead and transport them. So we've got the 7th Armored, which is also going to move in. We'll move them to Marseille. So we're starting to bring in more reinforcements, hopefully, than we're losing. Another British headquarters unit is not far away. We'll operate this fighter unit into Italy. We'll bring our navy into the Adriatic to hopefully play a decisive role in trimming enemy supplies through Venice, hurting their supply lines there. Pola as well. How do these guys have 12 supply? I guess it is Rome. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm probably going to throw these two land units into Sicily to try and take Palermo and advance up the southern Italian front. All right, so Saint-Nazairi's economy is down to 4. Brest is at 0, which I don't even know if that's having any impact on the Axis supply lines in France, because they can draw supply back through Europe. It does hurt their economy, though. That's the one thing, at least. Okay. Kind of forgot about the strategic bomber aspect. Why 4-2? I thought I already worked over their fighters. Like 0 to 4? Who's going to shoot at me? Oh, they have more. I guess those fighters hadn't been used yet. Anyway, we evaded the damage, so that's good. So now my strategic bombers can hit them. Gonna go for these German troops here at Tours. Try and reduce their supply to make it that an ineffective place to be. All right. Hopefully those extra headquarters that are coming in help. I would hope Eisenhower would help. What's the other U.S. headquarter unit? It's Bradley and Eisenhower. Those are two damn good generals. Game does factor in general talent, so. All right, so that's the situation in France. Did we already do Russia? I think we did. Yeah, we placed our units. We need to buy some new units. Okay, so we're buying a bunch of Russian units. A lot of infantry on the way. Not here yet, but on the way. Yeah, I have a feeling that the Germans may have been pulling some of their forces out of the Soviet front and sending it back to France. Just maybe. It certainly feels like it. I mean, their air power is probably enough to crack the front line anyway, but we're hanging in there, at least for the moment. I'm sure me saying that means we'll lose next turn. Meanwhile, how are these guys doing supply-wise? Terrible. Terrible they're doing. Terrible. Terrible. All right. Let's move this guy into Serbia and try and hit the Dutch East Indies from the rear. Move toward Lidic Oil. Maybe it'll pull these guys out of Batavia. I'm not sure. These guys have no supply. Trying to get them into Padang, and then they can move south. Palembang is a supply center. But we really need a headquarters unit there. These are both Malay forces, though. I don't know if there's any Malaysian headquarters units. Okay. Dili is open. That's interesting. Maybe we'll try and make a play for Dili. Dili, Dili! Okay. Meanwhile, did these guys reinforce? I bet they did. Oh, they didn't! They didn't reinforce. Wow. Alright. Can we hit them with our air power? Is it raining here? I can't see. Got him! Okay. Oh, but I can't land there. Lol. Well, we'll land there next turn, I guess. Oh, actually, no, we can land there this turn with the 1st Marine Division. Okay. So we took Eniwetok, which is another Marine, or another morale objective. We'll move our garrison force forward to Wake Island to make sure they don't retake that. And then I'm going to move this long-range unit probably straight out to Saipan. It doesn't look like there's any troops on Saipan. There are some troops on Tinian and Guam, but I see nothing on Saipan. So maybe we'll take that. That's a national morale objective. Meanwhile, these American units that haven't moved yet should withdraw to Pearl to reinforce. As much as I'd rather be spending that money on things to reinforce the European front, I do want to strengthen some of my naval units. Okay, especially since we're going to be moving into the home islands before too long. Apparently those fighters can reinforce, at least partially. Alright. So, next strike will be Saipan, because that's unoccupied. That'll give us the supply sector, and I think you can actually march straight from Saipan to San Josef based on this roadway. So they may actually be linked despite being separate islands. Probably move an armored unit up there and then crush the Japanese there. In terms of purchases for the Americans, we have 400 points. I mean, I'm big on the armor. I guess we can go with a Marine unit, Special Forces unit. Purchase that. Okay. No, artillery's not good. Paratroopers? Nope. Special Forces? What about just a Corps of Infantry? We can do a Corps of Infantry with anti-aircraft. So we'll do that. So we purchased a new Marine unit and an Infantry Corps. We also have, in July, we have another armored unit coming in, an army coming in May. So I think we get an army next turn. So we're trying to reinforce the Americans more rapidly. You'd think we'd have a little bit more free money as the Americans. The economy seems undermodeled. I need a long-range transport for the Australians. I really do. Peruvian King 17, thanks for the follow. These guys have, like, no supply. I thought I saw a long-range transport for someone in the Commonwealth. These guys are just sitting down here doing nothing. You know what would be interesting is bringing them up to China. Alright, well, attacking this SNLF force did not go very well. Okay. Alright, hold the line in front of Chungking, reinforce those guys with what you can. I think I forgot to move the Indian troops last turn. Trying to delay them as much as I can in China. It's still continuing to work to a point. Meanwhile, British carriers moving into the Pacific here. Not sure how valuable that'll be or not. I need to make a play for... They have troops in Brunei and Miri. I'm curious if they have troops on Tarkin. No. Balikpapan? Well, Surabaya falling should hurt them. It'll give me some supply here in the Dutch East Indies. I don't know if it'll hurt their supply at Batavia or not. I would think it would. But I guess we'll find out. They lose a secondary supply city on the same base, although the capital tends to be a supply sector as well. Yeah, Big Terp. The game definitely doesn't model the mobilization effect of the U.S. At least I don't think it does. I mean, we're starting to flood Europe with equipment, but the Germans just have so much. This idea, though, that like, oh, if Germany only conquered most of Russia, then they'd have tons of economic power. Wait a minute. That seems flawed. Oh yeah, that German armor. Just can't stop the German armor. You are 100% right. Peruvian King 17, by the way, if I didn't say thanks, thank you for the follow. Datha 5, thanks for the follow. The Notorious Bit 103, thanks for the follow. Flori Pondio, thank you for the follow. 049 will see you now, thank you for the follow. Quite a lot of new followers tonight. Okay, so I think that's going to do it for this turn. And Dead Effin' Cat 1, thank you for the follow. All appreciated. All the support, new followers, subscribers, bit donators, all of that. Thank you. So I think... let's move that guy over to Anaconia. I mean, like, the Germans just have a shit ton of troops here in southern Italy just, like, hanging out. Just because. Where are these German fighters that are going to shred my fighters? That's what I want to know. They don't exist. They're just going to shoot them out of the sky with flak, apparently. Fucking A. Alright. We're going to be flooding France with a lot of armor, which could be helpful, but maybe not. Like, some of this armored attack doesn't look like it's going to work very well. Maybe it's because we're in a river? Could that be it? Down there? It's saying we're in a... No, it's not really much better. In any event, maybe the level 4 tanks can accomplish something. Alright, guys. That's going to do it for this turn. I'm going to go ahead and save here. And we've done 3 turns tonight. We've been going for 2 hours now. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Why not invade the Balkans? I mean, maybe. I don't know. Because that's just another front where I won't have enough headquarters or supplies or anything like that. Technically, I control Belgrade now. Just feels like I'm already overextended. Trying to extend further might not be great. You know, why not pull an Anzio and land at, like, Lille or something? I don't know. Yeah. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. I think that's going to do it for this turn. I think that's going to do it for tonight. So I appreciate you all for tuning in once again for yet another episode here. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer once again saying thank you very much for watching. And until next time, I'm out.